You'll be amazed. Prime time interview with Derrick Hayes. Prime time. Biggest names in the game. Prime time. New names to love the same.
Yes, y'all, like I tell y'all, we're on prime time. Some people looking at it like it's prime time, but see the M is small and the M is silent because, like we say, sometimes the smaller things in your life lead you to the bigger opportunities. Once again, I go by the name of the Entertainer. Follow me on all social media platforms at Entertainer and even on Cash App. Today we with a friend. Today we with a guy that I've known over 15 years. And it's a blessing to be in the presence of the Ice Buck the man. Follow him on Instagram, IceBuck_the man. He don't know it, but I call him facts. People always talk about the facts. I call them facts. He don't even know why. I'm gonna tell him why I call him facts. See,
that's what's up.
I call him facts because he's a father. He's an athlete. He's a composer. He's a teacher. And now he's a soul singer.
Wow, that's what's up. That's perfect. I appreciate that, man. You know you're a genius with them words, man.
Brother Pie, Ice Buck, Steve Pie, how you doing today, man?
Doing great. I'm very blessed, man. I'm very blessed. I'm lucky to be alive like everybody else, and I'm taking one day at a time, and we're gonna enjoy this ride, baby.
Oh man, let's do it. Let's get into this interview, man. Then at the end, if there's anything I missed out on, we can cover that then.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man, I've known you for over 15 years, man. I've seen you do a lot of different things, man. The eyes for inspiration. My brother, what inspires you?
What inspires me? Man, my wife, my kids, civilization, friends, family, just knowing that God is in us and we are God. That's what inspires me every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. The C is for COVID, right? Everybody affected by COVID different ways. How did COVID affect you and how you move and how you move before COVID and how you move now? How has COVID affected you?
Well, actually, COVID affected me in a good way and it affected me in a negative way. First, I'm going to give you the negative way that it affected me. I was just releasing my first single off my Southern Soul album, the Ice Buck album, Southern Soul Blues, and Good Music is what it's called. And I was out there touring. I was out there doing a promotional tour. So in the Southeast, you know, Alabama, Mississippi, the Floridas. And I had did about 8 dates. And when I Georgia, and I did a show and I was finna hit back on the road. And then right after that last show I did, shut everything down that I couldn't go back out and promote my new music and promote my new project. So it locked the world down and it locked back down where I had to stay at home. And I dealt with it very seriously because when we don't know, hey, we got mama say better safe than sorry. No matter who's talking to you, better safe than sorry. So in a negative way, that's how it affected me. And it affected me too, because I guess a couple of people that I know was affected by the disease and they were hospitalized. Now, the positive way that it affected me was I was able to get a whole lot of work done, finish an album, mix an album, plan my breakout because everything has stopped. So that means that I was able to communicate and talk with people who usually is too busy to talk to me.
Right.
I was able to create my brand, reinvent stuff, create my brand, get my products together, and it gave me time to develop my own brand the way I wanted it. So it kind of put me in a mode where if I was on the road running around doing a lot of things, I wouldn't have been able to get a lot of work done as fast as I was now because everything has shut down. So when the world shut down, it put me like in a situation where I was locked in and I couldn't do nothing but work on my craft. So that's the positive part about it. You feel me?
Yeah. The E is for entertainment. Like I said, I seen you behind the scenes working with artists, you know, even with your sons. So what made you want to be an artist and make a song like Back That Thing Up On Me?
Well, actually, when I decided to get into the Southern Soul, that's basically Southern Soul blues music to me ain't nothing but old school, mature hip hop. Because all they talking about in blues songs, relationship, having fun, dancing, partying, enjoying life. And what inspired me to do the song is I say, if I'm gonna get in that ring of fire, then I'm going in there with a song that's related to the Southern Soul artists. And they always come out, back it up and put that thing on me and whoop de whoop. So I said, well, I'm going out there with a club banger.
Right.
Respectful though. You saw my
Right.
video. Respectful. And I took a team of women and we got together and we made it work, man. And the song been hot, man. So that's how I came up with the Back That On Me song, because Southern Soul Back That On Me. It's one of the, I guess, one of the leading verses like hip hop back in the day when it first started. Yes, yes, dog. Boogie to the boogie, the bang bang. You know, everybody started putting that in music. They started hip hop because that was a part of hip hop. So certain terms, and we say ho, yo, all that stuff. So the same way I approach the hip hop game is the same way I approach the Southern Soul game. I come in with familiar verses and creativity, but with that hip hop vibe.
Man, that's what's up, man. Hey, the biz for back, man. We gotta take these folks back. They don't understand. You from the Midwest. You from the Gary, Indianas.
Yes, sir.
You blew up with Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
Yes, sir.
That's why I put up there. You're an athlete. You can hoop just as good as anybody else I've seen.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
You're not in the pros don't mean you don't know.
That's right.
And you grew up with the Jacksons, man. Tell us what was it like back there in those days with the Jacksons, Glenn Robinson, Gary, Indiana. Give us the good stuff, man, because they always say this city, the murder capital of the world. There's, how they always gonna tell you about the bad part,
Okay, well, I lay it on you. I'm gonna give it to you like you told me. Facts. It's my ice buckets, I gotta get it. All right, check this out, man. I'm gonna start with the Jackson thing. And in all actuality, I'm a family member. Okay. I spread that around to a lot of people, and I don't do a lot of talking about that because I don't want nobody stressing me and putting it the spotlight on me. Like, the only reason why I'm an entrepreneur and I'm out here doing this music and moving the way I'm moving because I got no one in the field but my family that's immediate, my wife and my kids and my marketing team. I don't get any privileges or any money or anything like that from the Royal Jackson family, but love and peace and together. And I appreciate that. And I do see them times a year. We do a celebration. Me and Michael's mom, which we call Aunt Katie, we have a documentary coming up that I've filmed together, and y'all gonna get a chance to see that. When I was 9 years old, and Michael and them had made it famous, and I was staying in Delaney Projects. That's the projects right across the it's like 2300 Jackson Street is on 2300 Jackson Street. That street was not named because they became famous, and they changed the street name and gave it to them. Then they end up living on Jackson Street because in Gary, Indiana, the main street is Broadway. And on the west side of town, all of the streets start with the names of the presidents. It start with Washington and start going on and going on. And this happened that they lived on Jackson Street. On the west side of Broadway, on the east side of Broadway, all of the streets are named by states: Louisiana Street, Ohio Street, Mississippi Street, that kind of thing. So that's how they end up being on Jackson Street and being the because they Jackson 5. But once they got famous and got big, Uncle Joe, he called back and said, all those instruments that were still in 2300 Jackson Street, which was only a football field away from the project parking lot of high school. We would walk across the parking lot of the football field. We in the backyard alley of their house. And if you walk across the football parking lot, you in the project. So me, my cousin Keith Jackson, Sean Jackson, my brother Kenneth, a couple of friends of ours from the projects. Once Joseph said that we can have that equipment on 23 Jackson Street, I was 9 years old. We all, about 7 of us, we walked up 2300 Jackson Street, and when I walked the house, which I've been in this house all my life anyway, but there was nothing but wires on the floor because they practiced in the living room. The house was so small. The girls slept in the living room on a pull-out couch. The boys slept in, it was only 2 bedrooms. The mother and the father slept in the 1 bedroom. The other bedroom was all the brothers stayed in triple bunk beds, but the girls slept out in the hood in the living room on the couch, which was in the living room. It's a pull-out bed and a couch. That's where the girls slept.
Right.
Now, we took the guitars, the drums, the microphones, the keyboards, everything that was musical. I even right now today have a mixing board in my house I took out of that Mike and them used to use when they was practicing and doing it. We went over there, took that music, we took those instruments out of that house, we took them to the projects, and that's when we started trying to form different groups and stuff, trying to imitate them and be like them, but you know, nobody can be like them. To make a long story short, that inspiration of me seeing them on Soul Train is when I realized that they were famous and they were big in the music business, because I had seen them, because my mom even used to babysit well, and I like didn't really know because I was just a baby, you feel me? But once I got about 7, 8, 9 years old and I saw them on Soul Train, that's when I realized they were somebody different than just being family. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. So from that point on, I started, you know, everybody started, we've been loving blues music and
you know they gonna only get these exclusive stores right here on the prime time.
Yeah, man, that's real right there. Now that was my experience. It was a beautiful experience. I learned a lot of stuff. Some stuff I can tell you. Some stuff I can tell you right now. Now the Glenn Robinson thing. If you want, you can ask questions if you want. And before we go to
go ahead and elaborate.
Oh, I got Jackson 5 coming up on July the 19th and having a big reunion concert at the Railcat Stadium where they play professional baseball at. That's July 2021, July 17th. So I'll be performing along with the Jackson brothers, and then we'll have some more family members and some more outside on that show, which is, they're platinum artists, but you know, all family. We got a couple of old school group is on that show, and I think who's that other? I can't remember, but there's a few more artists on that show. Y'all know. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay, you said you're gonna touch on Glenn Robinson.
See that? Let me take it out. This is the G album that I did with Glenn Robinson. Gary in the day. That was with Glenn. This is Glenn Robinson in the middle, and then me and my partner DJ Chill and myself. This was the album cover that I produced and wrote. And at that time when I did that album, I was working with Too Short. Too Short allowed me to do 6 songs at his crib, which he had the studio at his crib out here in Atlanta. And then I did the other 6 songs and I wanted to make sure it was on my own home. But we all lived in Atlanta. During that time, Glenn Robinson was an NBA player, picked up #1 from Milwaukee Bucks, and he was on the Dream Team Olympic team, the Dream Team 2, before he got hurt. He was on that team, and during that time of him practicing with the Olympic team, we were recording this album in Atlanta, Too Short's crib. So
hey, that's the real stories, man. And a lot of people don't know Glenn Robinson was the first one even talking about getting $100 million contract.
Yeah, first one. He was the first one to get it. He ended up 58, and Magic Johnson manager, Dr. Tucker, they had the same manager. So Magic Johnson had one of the biggest contracts until Glenn Robinson negotiated his contract, and was the first one to come up with the idea of $100 million contract in the NBA. Straight out the projects, straight out the hood, Gary, Indiana. So I just want people to know that those young kids, and then his son just won the dunk contest in the NBA like a couple of years ago.
Right.
third. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's you know, they used to look at me in the hood, you know, play ball. It was Glenn, young guy. So when he found out that I was in the music business from our neighborhood, he cleaned up to me then. He said, once I get on with this NBA thing, man, you know, we're gonna make some things happen. But before we became an NBA player, we started doing albums when he was playing all at Purdue. So, right now with Glenn Robinson on it that I haven't been released. So I just like holding on to some music.
Hey man, blessing, man.
Memories or something like that. I just don't want to put it out there just to be throwing it. I want it to be out there in the right manner, you know?
Right, right.
But we come from, when you talk Indiana, like a lot of people talk about rap and all that good stuff. I mean, all that negative stuff. We got a lot of good things coming from the hood too, man.
Right.
In the roughest of the rough. Michael Jackson ain't come from no suburban area. Michael Jackson come from the hood. The Jackson family come from straight up hood. If they wasn't in that strict situation, thank God for their father, which is a very strict man, and everybody would love to have a man like that to be their father because he guided them after he saw all of the drugs and gang members and all that. He figured, hey, I got all these children. We're gonna do something, get out of here. Plan and it worked. So people try to put negative vibes out there due to the discipline. We all got that discipline, man. And then we need that discipline today. Some of these kids, crazy as they had this like a Joe Jackson. I'm being honest with you, straight up. Go ahead.
Hey, hey, I appreciate that, man. The U is for up, man. Who are some up and coming artists that you may be working with that we may or may not heard of?
Well, first of all, I gotta plug my kids, you know, all my artists. Now, NP, y'all can look her up. NP, it's Fight Time. She's a hip hop soul artist. That's my daughter. My son Stevie Chu out in LA. Neon is in Atlanta with me. Stevie Chu, he got his own project, his own line of clothes. My daughter got her line of clothes is No One Stars, and Power Boys are 3 sons that you've seen doing the Jackson 5 and the New Edition show, and Views in the Bobby Brown show. So they up and coming still. Those are the people that I'm working with. It's a family, but I got a couple of partners that I work with in the Southern Soul. Is Nigel and Clay Red, and a couple of producers, DJ Kurt, DJ Wiz, and we basically we coming, man. We coming in our own lane, but we feel me.
Hey, the C is for children, man. You touched on your children and what they doing now because you know when I first met you, you had a son and a daughter, and so it's a blessing to see that they still making it happen. You know, still out there growing, and just like Joe Jackson pushed his kids, you pushing yours, and that's a blessing. Hey, the last letter is K, man. There's a lot of people out here hurting. There's some that just misguided. There's some that don't have the keys, right? Like DJ Khaled said, the keys, major keys.
Right.
You know, drop some keys, man, because I've seen you, over time reinvent yourself. I've seen you realign yourself. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is you keep winning. You keep going. Whether you behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, whether you need power behind the scenes or ice buck in front of the scenes, you winning,
And this time right now, yeah, man, you look around, you're winning too, Derrick. I really appreciate you, man. When I first met you, you inspired me, and I kind of followed footsteps, whether you know it or not, because the way you were mentoring and monitoring those children, then when those children had went and hit a brick wall, had nowhere else to go, and they was in that facility that me and you counseled in, you were there before me. And when I came in, of course, I watched how you moved, and my attitude and my knowledge working with them kids off a lot of things I seen you do, and that led me, and you kind of my navigation system for that process that we was in. So for that. Now, right now, what I say is we're winning because, first of all, if me and you sitting here on this television doing this interview podcast, that means we're alive.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we're the most healthiest guys on the planet, but one thing for show is, if it's one day at a time, right now, we're here. And that's what I want other people to realize, that no matter what you're going through, what's going on, and this is mainly to anybody with suicidal thoughts, you are here. And no matter what goes on, if you here, you got time to make things happen. You got time to make things better. And with the power and the strength, knowing God is in you and you, anything is possible. This music, inspiration, these television shows like yours, inspiration, we are to reach out and help other people. And it all is always about money. Everything's about cause and all that foolishness. It ain't about that. It's about each one. It's about us kids and raising these. Some of these dogs need to be still raised, but in a respectful way. We can help each other, even with the race situation. We have to treat each other respectful humans. We have to join together, hold hands, and really be on this planet together. And ain't nothing gonna save, and ain't nothing gonna help us but us. We're the ones that's in control of everything, and we are the ones going to have to make this whole thing work by bonding together. This disease, this COVID-19 situation, we have to, we mask, we clean our hands, we stay focused, and that's all we do for right now. And remember that these blessings to be alive today, you have to live this day like every day like it's your last, man, and that's with love, honoring other people, and being humble. So, and I say, like a village, no matter where you live, it's the hood, if it's the mountains, if it's the suburbs, we got to hold hands from the man to the projects and feed and help everybody. If one entrepreneur is doing positive, another entrepreneur on the he's less. Amen. Hold his hand. And all that jealousy and that hatred and that crime, ain't nothing going to get solved with this crime thing, man. So what we got to do as a people, we got to stop each other. And I know Black Lives Matter, of course, I'm down with the program, but we got to realize that Black lives got to matter to Black folks, and all lives got to matter outside of Black Lives Matter, to the point where we can make this heaven right here. We in heaven right now if we hold hands and if we love.
Amen, my brother. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm with the one and only, the legendary Ice Bud. Hey, listen up. If you out there listening and you a dancer, you like to go to the parties, you can turn this song on, back that thing up, party in your living room.
That's
party
right.
On the porch, party on your back step, party in your. I'm telling you, he got something positive. He got something working here now. He got an anthem now. He called it Southern Soul.
Yeah.
I call it the PA music, the party anthem music. Man, that's my partner now, and he gave us facts today. Because I told you he's a father, he's an athlete, he's a composer, he's a teacher, he's a soul singer.
Right.
Follow my friend on Instagram, IceBuck_the man. IceBuck_ the man.
That's right.
It's a blessing to interview you, man. And I look forward to interviewing your kids and your other clients in the future. And like I tell everybody, I say I look forward to interviewing your sons and your daughters, in the future. Different.
Definitely, you got to do that. You got to get together
different artists, man. Because a couple of weeks ago, I didn't have an evening spot. I went back to work. But that spirit said start something in the evening, and we already booked almost through the end of the month, man. We're not even in September right now, and we're already in the 20s. So it's just a blessing, man. When you open the door for somebody else will open the door for you.
Most definitely.
And like I tell people, work on your craft, develop what you do, because what you say and what you do may be the only school that anybody ever sees. And if you're out there, follow me on social media and even on Cash App at Entertainer. If you're out there, whether you're a big name or whether you're a new name, come on Prime Time and share your game.
That's what's up.
Till next time, my man Zay Sanford Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Instagram, Zay Sanford Music. He gonna take us out.
I got one more thing, D.
Time.
All right, my brother, what you got? What you got, Mark?
Before I get out of here, do I got time to just to tell you one more thing I got going on?
Yes, sir.
I my own brand, Ice Buck brand of clothes. Actually, this right here is my shirt brand right here. Can you see that?
Yeah, go ahead, Ice Buck. All right, all right.
Now this is my other style. Oh, hold on. Stay here. Let me make sure we keep this straight here. Oh, let me make sure we keep this straight. Okay, can you see me, cuz?
Yeah, I see.
All right, this is another style, which is a female shirt. I got female brands with the V-neck, the Ice Buck.
Okay.
And then I also got another style, which is the Ice Buck, the dollar bill. You see the dollar bill?
Right. All right. Show him the hat. Show him the hat.
Oh yeah. I also got my own the brand of hats. You go to Ice Buck hat. That's the Ice Buck hat, and here's the other style. You know, I got different styles.
Okay.
Let me say. Let me. I'm gonna give you the grand finale, big dog. Now you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for this, but we're gonna do it.
All right, go ahead.
Men, Ice Buck body oil for men and women. Now this is the one for the women.
Okay, okay.
Smell real good. Smell it through the TV, baby. That's the Ice Buck for the women.
Hey, I saw you in that, and I saw you in that picture with Master P. He said product outweighs talent. That's
right. I learned a lot from Master P too, man. I didn't even talk about P, but P is another person who let my kids open up for him when they was the family ties. When he had his little son Romeo, he allowed me to have my kids open up for him. And I've been knowing Master P for a while. I'm still following him. He's a good brother. I was just with him in New Orleans, last year. Spent about 4 or 5 days with him. So a lot of things that he's doing and trying to continue to keep everything black owned and entrepreneurship. That brother got a lot of things going on. So I'm kind of still, that's one of the guys that I'm following. Okay. This is the Ice Buck. That's why all this stuff come about. This is the Ice Buck for men. It's the body oil. Smells very good. I sell it at my shows.
I like that logo, brother. I like that logo.
Yeah, thanks, man. People call me and I send it out to them. You know what I'm saying? I hit the post office myself. I'm the Amazon truck with my Ice Buck products, and that's how you gotta be. You gotta make it happen, man. This is the single Ice Buck. If you Google Ice Buck official, you'll hear this song and you'll get the video and you'll get another video dance to the song. Back That On Me. This right here is the EP of the album. I got like 6 songs from my album that I dropped. And I sell this to all the fans that come out to my shows. I didn't even put this out there on the market for, well, this one is on all platforms worldwide. This one here is one that I sell especially to the fans that come out to the show. They get more music than people. Anybody who's seen me live gonna have more music on Ice Buck who hasn't, because they'll be able to purchase this CD, So I'm doing entrepreneurship at the, at a level of just moving forward. We ain't all claiming to be rich around here, but we claiming to make sure that we taking care of one another and being able to be black owned. And it ain't so much about being black owned, it's about being an entrepreneur. So that's what I want to lay on you before you got off. And
okay,
give me a call and they'll be able to order the product. And I'm real with it. My phone number is 404-509-8207. If you give me a call, make an order, I'll send the post office and 2 to 5 days, it'll be on your porch.
Hey, give them the number one more time.
404-509-8207. That's Ice Buck.
As Ice Buck with the pull-up truck.
Pull-up truck. I'm the Amazon. Nah, I go to the post office on some folks.
Hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. Keep grinding.
You never know.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. My man, Zay Sanford, we about to take this thing away. Honorary guest, once again, my brother Ice Buck. Follow him on IG and IceBuck_the_man. Remember the brother, he got all the facts. The father, the athlete, the composer, the teacher. and the Soul Singer. And follow me once again at Entertainer on social media and even on Cash App. My brother Zay Sanford at Zay Sanford Music. He gonna take us away.
Time, you will be amazed.